Greetings and salutations, one and all. Happy Memorial Day to you. And welcome to the night shift. Doing girly stuff. Good evening, hashtag happy. I want to say greetings and salutations to each and every one of you tuning in right now. Big up reggae music entertainer extraordinaire, Mr. Marlon Burrell. How you doing, bro? The glue that holds me down. It's on a Destra Garcia. The track is called Family. I want to say welcome to all the family members. Those on rockthebox.net, Foundation Radio Network, ClintonLindsay.com, BPR, Big People Radio, One Harmony Radio. Top of the morning to you guys across the pond. And of course, those who have it locked right here and well loaded. KevinStew.com. Those on PEMGTV.com. Welcome to. Always a privilege and a pleasure. Hailing from Kingston, Jamaica, we have our family member on this here Memorial Day. Welcome everyone to Community and Finance. It's the one and only, the man himself, Owen K. Ferguson Esquire. Good evening, Owen. How you doing, bro?
Okay, I'm good, man. Good evening to you too.
Hey, listen, I have a question for you.
Big holiday for you.
Well, it's a holiday. Yeah, but it's a holiday. Before we jump into everything legal in reaching out to the diaspora, you privy to this thing that happened at YMCA yesterday?
I just started reading some comments on it, and it's both sad and funny at the same time.
Man, jeez, boy. All right. I will reserve my comments. Listen, after I talk to you, coming up at 10:30, I have Dale Brown of Dale Brown and Truth.
Okay.
And as a gospel artist, it would be interesting to see what his take on this whole thing is.
Mm-hmm.
But coming out of Jamaica, the few people or whomever that you have spoken to today that know about what happened yesterday, real quick, what was the general feeling?
Well, listen, I have heard opinions on both sides, but I think the overall sense is that people feel that Vegas was out of his depth, and probably it was inappropriate for him to attempt to take on, so to speak,
Mm.
the pastor.
Mm.
Um, Personally feel that he's a dancehall artist, and to use the colloquial phrase, you should stay in his lane. Having said that,
Mm.
those who were unhappy with the way he was removed from the venue also have, merit to their argument because it seems it was fairly forceful,
Right.
and especially when you listen to the tape and hear someone who's a Jamaican giving directions. Sorry, someone who's an American
Right.
while visiting Jamaica, giving
Mm-hmm.
directions for a Jamaican to be escorted from a Jamaican um, premises. I think many
Yes.
persons who listened to that were really not very pleased. And in typical Jamaican fashion, we expressed ourselves using um, various textiles around how he was impudent, let me say,
Mm-hmm.
to be chasing a Jamaican out of a Jamaican public space. So that, there's so much that could be said about how that was handled.
Yeah.
Um, to my mind, unfortunate all around.
It was. It very much was. Anyway, um, to other things. What do you
Right.
have on tap for us this evening?
All right. So last week we spoke about titles and specifically misplaced titles and how to go about getting titles replaced.
Right.
Um, this past week, got a question about how to go about getting property registered
Mm.
and having a title issued for the very first time.
Okay.
So we're going to talk about that. But very interestingly as well, I recognize that there are persons um, who are not very familiar with what a registered title even looks like in Jamaica.
Mm.
So I've had
Right.
persons come to me in my office with a number of documents, one of which they claim is a title. And when you pull it out, it is not the registered title. It may be a deed, which grandfather, grandmother, somebody may have had in their possession over the years, but the title is not was never ever registered, and therefore is not a registered title in the way that we discuss it. So, also wanted us quickly help persons to appreciate what a registered title in Jamaica looks like.
Mm-hmm.
That's a little challenging on a radio show, but
Right.
generally speaking,
You should have sent me a copy of that.
but why it is that may be a little challenging, and that is that over the years, the titles office, let's use that term for tonight, has adopted different formats to the titles.
Ah, right.
And so, depending on the era in which your title was issued or
Mm-hmm.
reissued, you may find the size is a little different, the layout is a little different.
Mm-hmm.
But what is consistent, and which is what I'm going to leave with the listeners tonight, what is consistent is that every title that has been issued in Jamaica, certainly since 1962 when we gained independence, carries at the top, the front page, the Jamaican coat of arms,
Mm.
with the word Jamaica, of course,
Right.
out of one people or motto,
Mm-hmm.
and below that, it says clearly Certificate of Title under the Registration of Titles Act.
Right.
Okay, and of course, it will also bear a volume number and a folio number. So that's
Mm.
a pair of numbers that would appear on all the registered titles. So regardless of the layout, the shape, the color, the size, those are common features which will always be on a registered title issued in Jamaica since 1962.
Okay.
All right, so let's go back to the start of the discussion. It won't be very long. We'll just quickly get through what it means now to bring land under the Registration of Titles Act. So traditionally, land was passed by way of various means, and it wasn't until the late 1800s that the government of the day made provision for a Registration of Titles Act,
Mm-hmm.
and for all titles, all property in Jamaica to be registered under that act, and registered titles to be issued. If, however, you are owning, or somebody who owns property that doesn't have a registered title, this is the process. There are going to be some things that you would absolutely need. First of all, you need to engage of my profession. That's one of the things you need to do. But you also need at least one other profession, and that's a land surveyor. And importantly, you will need to present your attorney with every relevant document that you have to have related to that parcel of land.
Mm. Every.
So if you've been paying every, yes, man, everything, if it's even an old letter from your grandmother to say, from the pig pen down to the hog sty or down to the back uh, out, okay, that
Mm-hmm.
property is yours. However that property is described, every document you have related to the property, bring that in for your attorney, because essentially what the application is about is using historical means to establish who is a proper owner of this property.
Right.
And so every receipt, every tax payment that you have made, every transfer document, every deed, every will, everything that relates to that title, you need to see if you can put your hands on it, put that in a neat little pile, and take that into your attorney. In addition to which, the law requires that the person who is making the application, execute something called a statutory declaration. And that's something that your attorney will draft up. It's really just usually a single page document setting out your claim to say that this property is mine,
Mm-hmm.
and I'd like to have a registered title issued for it. And in addition to a declaration from yourself, the applicant, you'll also need 2 declarations from other persons unconnected to you who know the land for an extended period. And as a guide, we usually say a minimum of 30 years. So it may be a community member. Okay?
But you said unconnected.
Yes, usually it is somebody other than an immediate family member.
Okay.
So it might be a next door neighbor.
All right.
It
Just
might be,
yeah, I just wanted to get some
yeah,
clarification on that unconnected part, because how can somebody say yes, this person is connected to this land, or is a person who have claim to this land if they're not connected? But
right.
okay, cool. So it's not
Yeah, man.
an
So,
immediate family member.
no, man, persons other than immediate family. But if you think about it, especially in the rural areas, everybody knows everybody
Right.
and knows, Mass Charlie land different from Miss Mary Sue land,
And then,
and
funny enough, they know
there's
where the
someone
landline
who can,
is.
yes, man, and they can tell you it's from the breadfruit tree, and all of that. So they have a good sense, just that historical knowledge.
Right.
They can relate to it, and those persons are going to be asked to also sign declarations. And again, your attorney will prepare those declarations for them to sign and have witnessed by a JP or a notary public, as the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
So far, what we're submitting is 3 declarations, 1 from yourself, 2 from others, as well as I mentioned earlier that you will be required to engage a land surveyor. So this is a person who's going to go onto the land, perform physical measurements and verifications of boundaries,
Mm-hmm.
and confirm exactly where your land starts and stops. And that individual will be preparing what what is called a pre-checked plan,
Okay.
and that is a plan that will literally be a drawing of what the land looks like, and
Okay.
that is going to be part of your application now to have a title issued for that land. All right, so far we've had two professionals, the attorney and the land surveyor.
Mm-hmm.
We have two possibly neighbors issuing these or signing these statutory declarations, and you have the pre-check plan prepared. So that's going to be your application. There's a small administrative charge that the National Land Agency or the Titles Office charges,
Mm-hmm.
and also you will be expected to pay up all of the taxes for the relevant period. So if the taxes had not been paid, you would not be in a position to submit a claim or application for a title. So you have to demonstrate that you have paid the taxes and have the receipts showing
To
that you
show.
have paid.
Now,
Yes.
when it comes to just tracking back a little bit, the two declarations from the people not connected, do they
And
have to be in Jamaica to make that
no,
declaration?
not at all. No, no, no. The persons who are giving the declaration don't have to reside in Jamaica, but certainly they would have to be able to explain how they know the land and how they know that you are the owner of the land.
Okay.
So they may have subsequently migrated,
Yes.
but that's still fine. As long as they can say that in 1970 they were residing next door to the land and they know it was Mass Charlie land all this time.
So at some point they would have to have physically been around the area of that land,
Correct.
or in Jamaica.
Yes, they will explain how they come to know that you are the proper owner for the land. And the circumstances will be different, of course. They
Right.
may
Because
have been
let's
a
say
neighbor. Mhm.
for example, I got married to a neighbor's niece,
Uh,
and the neighbor's niece, the neighbor died and the niece died, but I got the full story about it. I've never been to the land. I lived overseas all
right.
my life, but I know
Okay.
about it from that niece telling me the story. How does that play into it? Does that hold any water?
Well, it helps, and if that's the best testimony you have, then use it.
Okay.
Ideally, you want something a bit stronger than that, but if that's what you have, because the circumstances will be decided on its own merit,
Right.
and maybe it's those are the circumstances, and that's the best you can get, and hopefully, remember now we asked for two, the law requires two, so hopefully the other person is a little more closely associated with the land than that,
Right.
and
Right.
can
Right.
speak with a bit more authority about their knowledge of the land and can corroborate everything that they're claiming.
Right.
But
Okay.
you use what you have, you know.
Okay. Cool. Now I have to ask you this: with the description that you gave of the title itself, the physical description, that
Right?
volume number,
Volume, yes.
why? Why does it have a volume number on it?
I just have a volume.
Do
Okay,
you
all
know?
right, excellent question. I do.
Okay, cool.
So, so the way back, and it is still the case to a certain degree. Um, the titles are generated in and stored in books or volumes
Ah,
maintained at the titles office. So each new book or each new volume is given a unique sequential number,
mm-hmm.
and each page of that book is given a folio number.
which is where the volume and folio number comes into play.
And folio number.
Do they still keep physical books, or is that an electronic book
They
now?
do, and they're also digitized. So for the most part, they're generated and maintained in a hard copy, but there's also a digital copy that is maintained in the title's office. An interesting note, is that the document that you receive and that you have in your vault is actually not the title, as in the original title, because in strict terms, the original title never leaves the
The
title's
title's
office.
office. Right.
What you have, which we colloquially refer to as the title, is really a duplicate certificate of title. It doesn't make it any less valid, it doesn't make it any less important that you secure it, because for all practical purposes, that is the title. But just to make it clear that the actual original is kept in the title's office, and all you have is a duplicate, and the two are kept as mirror images of each other. They contain the very same information, and whenever any changes occur on the one you have at home, it has to be submitted to the title's office for them to update, so that both copies are matching.
Okay.
That's an interesting tidbit there. So,
Okay.
what you have is a duplicate certificate of title.
Well, I'm sure it's still quite relevant information, and
Sure.
we're truly appreciative of that information.
Sure, bro.
All right, so Owen, I want to thank you again for coming on. Thank you for sharing with us, and let me not leave this out. Please put your information out there. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, by the way, we do accept questions. So whether you're going to send it to Owen's email, which you'll hear from him shortly, or to my email, which you also can see on the site, kevinstew.com. It's djkevinstew@gmail.com. You can send me questions about asking Owen for advice as it relates to things in the diaspora. But Owen, go ahead and give your contact information, please.
Sure. So it's Owen K. Ferguson at hotmail.com. For Gmail, it's the same address, ONOWEN, letter K, FERGUSON at gmail.com. And for phone calls or WhatsApp messages, it's 876-840-5862.
All right. Thank you, Owen. Thank you very much. And we will catch up next week. All being well.
All right. All being well.
Listen, keep your ears open to hear more about this thing with Vegas yesterday, okay? I suspect there is more coming.
Likewise, you're probably right.
All right, I'll catch up with you. Send my greetings, please.
Will do.
All right, take care.
Good, take care.
Pulsey Media Group, innovative streaming and recording, has done it again. A new way to get your business in full view of your neighborhood consumer through AdShare TV. It's available in your neighborhood today. It's easy. Just call us 754-999-6020. Become a host today and place a TV monitor in a strategic location so it's easy to see. Get a 1-minute video ad or longer that plays anywhere in our network. Can't be a host? No problem. For a few dollars, we'll run your 30-second video ad. A host can run announcement specials like buy one get one free or discount ads. Let's turn your flyers into a 30-second video with music or a voiceover, or let us create and run your video ad with a spokesperson. Take advantage of our early enrollment discount. Join us today. Your ad will be seen at least 30 times per day in your AdShare TV neighborhood. It's easy. Just call us 754-999-6020. AdShare TV, part of Pulsey Media Group.
Kiwanis Club of Greater Sunrise in Broward presents their 3rd annual scholarship fundraising event, Moments in Time. This year, it's a Father's Day edition. A dinner dance with live entertainment featuring Scotch Bonnet Band, the comedic stylings of Reverend St. Hope, fashion show put on by Simply Tea Fashion, and Harold's Fine Fashion. Hosted by me, Sir Rockwell. Taking place on Sunday, June 17th at the Banquet Hall, 8062 West McNabb Road in North Lauderdale, in the Broward Meat Plaza. Doors open at 4 p.m. Showtime 5 p.m. sharp. Dinner served at 6 p.m. For ticket information, call 754-304-8135 or 954-627-4354 or purchase your ticket online at eventbrite.com. Pre-sold tickets $55, $65 at the door. Children's and table prices available. So come celebrate the father in your life on Sunday, June 17th at the Banquet Hall, 8062 West McNabb Road. Brought to you by the Kiwanis Club of Greater Sunrise in Broward. Sponsored by Baird Case, Vision Electric, The Lady Song Show, and RockTheBox.net.
It's time to get live, it's time to get lit. Spiritually powered inspirational thoughts. It's time to spit. Join Sharon Corinthian and St. Patrick every Tuesday night from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on 96.3 IMG Radio as they bring you poetry at its finest, featuring some of the hottest spoken word artists from around the world. It will leave you touched, moved, and inspired. Tell a friend to tell a friend and join us for the show.
The award-winning Palace Peace and Love Academic Scholarship is appealing for your support to help educate one student at a time in Jamaica and the Caribbean.
Palace awarded 492 scholarships and several computers to university and high school students in Jamaica and the Caribbean over the past 7 years, valued at approximately 33 million Jamaican dollars, $250,000 US.
Importantly, our university graduates to date include 15 medical doctors, 10 lawyers, 6 engineers, and 15 fine arts students. Our goal is to award at least 105 scholarships in 2018.
Please partner with us to make this a reality for those well-deserving, hard-working students by making a tax-deductible donation online at www.palace1.org
or send a check to Palace, P.O. Box 5461, Alpharetta, Georgia 30023 USA, or telephone 770-744-2154.
Palace, preserving young minds for posterity.
We're off to an early start for a long hot summer, but beat the heat with a dash of lemongrass refresher. This cool thirst quencher is a low sugar beverage made from the fevergrass plant, which has antioxidants, several wellness properties, and is a great lifestyle drink for all ages. Ah, that hits the spot. It's a new great taste. Have one today. Dash Lemongrass Refresher, distributed by Carib Atlantic Distributors. Call 954-614-0919. That's 954-614-0919. Life's a dash. Live well.
Yes. Akar Mantino, I'm making notes right now. You are locked in to DJ Kevin Stew on the night shift.
In me, he gives me joy in everything I need. He's the one who supplies my everything. No other God can make me feel complete. God is real. He lives in me. Father God, you are the one. He gives me joy in everything. There's no one like you. He's the one who supplies my everything. No other God can make me feel complete. Say, turn my mic up louder. I want you hear me little clearer. I beg you, please come closer and listen to my disclaimer. I'm not a prophet nor a preacher, but I am living in his favor. Them say me not have no behavior, cause I'm a Jesus defender.
God is real, he lives in me.
Father got the number one.
He gives me joy in everything I need. He's the one who supplies my everything. No other God can make me feel complete. My God is real, he lives in me.
There's none like
He gives me joy in everything I need. He's the one who supplies my everything. No other God can make me feel complete.
My God is
real, real, real. Christ so real to me. I love him because he gives us the victory. Many people doubt him, but I can't do without him. That is why I love him so.
He's so real to me.
Real.
Turn my mic up louder. Me want you hear me little clearer. I beg you, please come closer and listen to my disclaimer. I'm not a prophet nor a preacher, but I am living in his favor. Them say me not have no behavior, cause I'm a Jesus defender.
God is real, he lives in me.
Father God, you are the one.
He gives me joy in everything I need. He's the one who supplies my everything. No other God can make me feel complete. God is real.
I want to say thank you to Policy Media Group for sponsoring that first segment, that legal segment that you heard with ONK Ferguson. And being in a moment is priceless.
He's the one who supplies my.
Give them a call. 754 999 6020.
God is real.
In the background is the sound of Dale Brown and Truth. Taking this one from the top once more.
Yeah.
Track called My God Is Real.
Me God real. Yeah. God is real. He lives in me.
As we connect with Dale.
In everything I need, he's the one who supplies my everything. No other God can make me feel complete.
God is real, he lives in me.
Father God, you are the one.
He gives me joy in everything.
There's no one
I
like
need.
you.
He's the one who supplies my everything. No other God can make me feel complete.
Say, turn my mic up louder. Me want you hear me little clearer. I beg you, please come closer and listen to my disclaimer. I'm not a prophet nor a preacher, but I am living in his favor. Them say me not have no behavior, cause I'm a Jesus defender.
God is real, he lives in me.
Father got the number one.
He gives me joy in everything I need. He's the one who supplies my everything. No other God can make me feel complete.
My
God is real, he lives in me.
There's none like
He gives me joy in everything
song on the radio. I'm about to go
real.
Because he gives us the victory. Many people doubt him.
Yeah, people doubt him, but we can't do without him.
That is why I love him.
The sound of Dale Brown and Truth.
Real to me.
My God is real.
My mic up louder.
I don't think I can turn your mic up any louder, Dale. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only, the man himself, the man of the hour. I don't know if we're having fun or I don't know.
You might just have an hour, not myself. How things, man?
Welcome to the show. I can't complain. I can't complain at all. Glad to have you, Bridget. Welcome to the show.
It's good to be here, man. It was good to connect with you. And it's good to just be a part of anything that is uplifting, educational, inspiring, all of the above. It's always a good thing for me.
Definitely. And ladies and gentlemen, on the phone with me is Dale Brown. You see me looking crazy right now. It's because I was not doing what I was supposed to do. All right. I think I'm done doing what I'm supposed to do now. So let's get Dale up on the screen. See there, him and me were sharing the screen. For those of you watching on kevinstew.com or pmgtv.com, here we are. For those of you tuned in on rockthebox.net, the Foundation Radio Network, BPR, BP Radio 1, Harmony Radio over there in the UK, you guys just gonna have to log on, kevinstew.com. I don't know.
kevinstew.com. So I can share it with all of my people to write?
With everybody. And then tell them to call their friends and tell their friends to join in.
Spell it for me, Kevin, so we can make sure everybody get the right thing.
This guy, how each other way? KEVINSTEW. Kevin Stew.
Hold on, man. People spell Stew STU, so you have to make sure you get it right.
Yeah, it's true.
I got you.
So, Dale.
Yes, sir.
I posted that you'll be on Facebook. I posted that I'm going to have you as my guest tonight, and a friend of mine said, it's about time. And I was like, what do you mean it's about time? What do you mean by that statement? And she said, it's about time you get this guest on.
Okay.
I'm like, okay, go ahead. Easy. Take it easy. You don't have to. But
easy. Whoa.
I said to her, so, why didn't you suggest it? She goes, oh, just kidding. Okay. Gotcha.
Yes, sir.
For those of you listening, if you want me to have a chat with anybody in particular, don't be afraid. Just go ahead and say, Stu, I think you should get this person. Get Ray, and Ray will be on.
Cool.
All right. So this evening, our Ray is Dale Brown. Dale.
Yes, sir.
So there's a story behind Dale Brown, and that is kind of what we want to touch on tonight. The story of who Dale Brown is. And you can take it whichever order you want to take it in. We're just going.
Dale Brown is a young man from Kingston, Jamaica, born at University Hospital, that is uptown, close to Papine, for those who know. That's in St. Andrew, close to Papine. Went to Camp Road Basic School and went to Central Church Primary School. Then left there and went to, what else? Where else? Woman's Boys. Then left Fulmer's Boys. No, you have to big up the man when I go. Left there and went to Northern Caribbean University. Then left there and migrated to the United States with his lovely wife and child. Well, no, my child was here, sorry. They never happened together, but yeah.
Okay. All right. So, lovely wife and child. So, only one child?
Only one child.
Okay, cool. So, that one is spoiled.
That one is called Christian. His name is Christian Brown. Have a love for music like none other. He has a love for music. My entire family has been in music. I have been in music. I mean, it's something I have. People use the term. People are saying, "Oh, I love music. Oh, I love." I think there's someone that loves music, and then there's the person that literally just does music all the time, 24/7. And music is like my life. So it's not necessarily that I love or I like. It's something that I do 24/7, all the time, every day, all day. I hear sounds and I make music.
How did you get involved in music?
Well, okay, so my parents sing. My parents sing on both sides. I grew up in the church, and music was a big part of what we did. I was always involved with the different music ministries in the church, music programs. In fact, for the old school people, if you remember, before Usher, there was Little People. Remember that?
Yes.
All right, I was a part of Little People.
Oh, were you?
Yes, I was a part of Little People.
When Kathy Levy was doing it?
Kathy Levy, yes, and then it moved from Little People to Kathy Levy Players. Then after Kathy Levy Players, I wasn't a part of it after that because I go to church. I'm a Seventh-day Adventist, so they did a lot of the rehearsals on Saturday, and we couldn't do both. So, but the music was always something that was embedded in what we did, and both my sister and I, we were very big in music, and it was something that just kind of pushed us, gave us a certain joy, a certain love that we just got from nothing else but the music. So
yes.
It's a universal language. It's soothing. I tell people all the time that music can connect with different people on so many levels, on so many different breaks, on so many different barriers. It can change your mood, change your whole energy, change your vibe. It's such a powerful tool.
Yes.
Now they have therapeutic. I think
music therapy.
Music therapy, where people are getting degrees in this now. Did you know about that when in school? At that mood I get now, I'm going to get some music therapy for myself.
Somebody said to me recently, in fact, a therapist, a counselor, when I say big ups to Serendipity Counseling LLC, a counselor recently said to me, have you considered music therapy? And I'm like, why, you think I need it? I just said, no. Well, yes, but no. I think you would do well doing it. And I was like,
Well, what I actually said, a friend of mine, she's in school for music therapy. And it just amazed me that it's, when we were growing up, you wouldn't go to school for music therapy. Like, it was just such a far-fetched idea back then, you know what I mean?
Yes.
But now it's like, it's a thing. In fact, I always say this. I say to everybody while growing up, I say, listen, if we were able to do our entire class with music,
everybody would
be
pass.
So, oh my gosh.
Because everything that is done to music, it sticks.
You ever realize that you can never forget a song? You will forget your book,
Yes.
You're going to forget what you learn, but you're not going to forget Jesus loved me, this I know for the back. Like, you're not going to forget the tune, you're not going to forget the words. You're not forgetting none of the above.
It starts with ABC.
I tell you.
Here it is, guest in the chat room, guest 216. I went to school with Dale, NCU. Music was always his thing, along with football.
Exactly. Well, yes, football. Well, since you're talking about sports, and you brought up sports, football and basketball.
It's not me.
I am very passionate about both of those sports. I get very, what's the proper word? I'm very competitive. But music and football. I mean, I did basketball at NCU too. I did more of it when I was in high school, but it was definitely music and football.
You see, we have to be specific when we talk about football, because
real football, the one where we actually use our foot and connect with a ball for multiple periods in the game, not just after a touchdown.
So it's not a game played with a foot-long ball; it is real.
No. Not a game played with a ball that looks like an egg. No, that we throw for an entire game and kick one time if we get a touchdown or just for a field goal. Nothing like that. This game starts with the feet making contact. You know what's so funny about that sport, as you mentioned that? I talk a lot, so Kevin, so just bear with me. Let me tell you
It's a
something.
talk
Do you know
show.
that football is only referred to as soccer in the United States?
And Canada.
Every other country, and Canada, every other country refers to it as football.
Yeah. And I can't fathom it. It's a North American thing. I don't know.
North American thing. I can't get it out of you. What I say though. But yeah, man, football and music,
Yeah.
always been at the
top.
Very, very competitive. Yes, sir.
And then followed closely by basketball.
Followed closely by basketball, which is why I'm currently rooting for the Golden State Warriors as they play their final game today in the Western Conference Finals.
How's that game going?
Well, it's actually on mute. But I want to say Golden State is leading by about 7 or 9.
Yes.
Which brings joy to my heart, since I am a warrior.
Yes.
You know, Dove Nation.
Mm-hmm.
Strength in numbers. My son is a Golden State Warrior. My wife is a Golden State Warrior. My entire household, we are Golden State Warriors. That's what we live.
So
by.
is that by you saying, listen, this is who you are rooting for?
It's funny you said that, because my son plays basketball around the clock, which is, we have like a the little kiddie basketball hoops.
Right.
So he's played basketball around the clock. And my wife was saying to me that, boy, he's really into basketball. And I know why, because literally my TV only goes on NBA TV. That is the only thing. It's stuck. Yeah, I only watch NBA TV. No. Only every now and then, we'll watch like a couple other things. But generally, like, I have no idea what I'm going to do in a month or 2 weeks when the NBA is done.
It's done. No clue. You watch replays.
Just watch replays until the new year draft starts again.
It's a World Cup year, It's World Cup year.
This is true. So, so we have to start, and, Jamaica and the World Cup. So you just have to root for a good team and go and push.
Yes.
Go and push. But yeah, man, football is always a part of the core for me. Basketball is second.
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays, more than anything else, because of how much we're doing with music, like the music kind of takes on a different platform. So I do music. And, I wish we had these opportunities like when I was a kid growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, music was like the thing that kind of kept us grounded. We never had the exposure that we have here. No, don't get me wrong. I'm not downplaying the musicianship or the music level of the individuals back home. I'm just saying we never had the tools that are accessible to us here. No. You know what I mean?
Well, I want to tell you, we have so much in common. And I'm going to extend the opportunity to talk to everyone. 773-789-STEW. You can call, you can text. 773-789-7839 gets you in touch. You can say hi to Dale. I won't even tell Dale who the person in the chat room is. He just put up his name and he said it's a joy to be online with both persons, both you and I, Dale.
Blessings. Do I know that person?
Apparently you do. Because
okay, all right.
He goes on to say we both played music together and we also played football against each other. It's good to hear you both. Yeah, so...
Okay, let me see that now. Against each other football. That means he's talking about on a college level.
It was at NCU.
Yeah, man, it was at NCU. Played football against each other. That could be anybody,
773-789-STEW. We connect people
yes,
here.
Call in, so we can connect, man. Call in, so we can connect, man.
But we have so much in common because I started learning music in Jamaica at age 10. I grew up in the Salvation Army. Going to church in the Salvation Army. And I started learning music at age 10. And to this day, I still play music. I haven't played any brass this year yet. But up to last Thanksgiving, I was playing some brass still. So I still play. And I still play music. Even... every Sunday I still play music. I play for a church. I don't know why they choose to have me playing for them, but I play for them. I guess they like my drumming, you know. I don't know.
Hey. You have the talent, man. You have the skill. You got to use it. So,
Right? So I try a thing and they like it, so it works.
Yes,
But
sir.
I guess because of how the Salvation Army is, the Salvation Army is beyond music. So I had the opportunity to learn music and do the actual music exams. I remember getting up on a Saturday morning and I have to walk 45 minutes to my uncle's house. He just passed away. May his soul rest in peace. Walked 45 minutes from Zeta Gardens to Hughenden to go to his house on a Saturday morning. Of all mornings, a Saturday morning to play music. To learn music. Not say to play, to learn music. And this was a regular thing. And I started at age 10. By the age of 13, 14, I was playing in the top bands in the Salvation Army. Just because somebody took the time out to teach me something with music. And you're right, it did keep me grounded.
Yep.
And the fact that is the same person that taught the likes of Desi Jones to play music, I was in a good school, so to speak.
I know, trust me, I know.
But when you have these things available to you, you're right. It does help. And
trust me, I actually experienced, because I grew up in the church. Music was always, like I said, a big part of what we did. Separate and apart from just the core of what the music did for us, like the idea of doing a project, like doing a whole record, a whole album, it was just like, it wasn't like something that we would say, okay, we're gonna do it. It was something we said, we'll do, but we don't necessarily have to do. We will do, but okay, it's not a big deal because it's not like we're not doing it to sell it. We're just doing it because we love it. Here, with the opportunities that are afforded, we can actually do it and say, there's an opportunity, there's a platform to see how much we can get out of it. So, since being here, we have a group, Dale Brown and Truth. We now have 3 albums out, 2 regular contemporary gospel albums, and I have 1 reggae gospel album, which was one that just kind of happened earlier on this year, January. It was sometime last year, August. I was saying to myself, you know what? I have this reggae song here and I have this reggae gospel song here. I said, you know what? Let's just try doing a little reggae EP. And that's probably the only album I've done where I love I don't have a favorite song. I mean, people have their favorite songs. Like some people love God Is Real. Some people love the song that's called Covered. Some people love different songs, but I personally I love all the songs. I don't have a favorite song. I love every single song on that project. So, but yeah, man, the music, the opportunities here were so much greater. So we just kind of took advantage, used the opportunities to the best of our ability.
Yes.
With the little knowledge that we have, and with God and His guidance and maintaining our humility as much as we possibly can. You know what I mean? Just watch Him unfold things right in front of our face. When you say just watch Him unfold things in front of your face, you make it seem like there wasn't a whole lot of sitting down and penciling out and planning to make it happen. It's just that. It's funny you said that. Okay, so naturally, you see, you and I are a lot alike. Naturally, for me, making that statement, it comes with an extensive amount of work ethic while watching the unfold, if that makes sense. So
yes.
It's almost like there's an expectation that, though we are being humble and allowing God to do His work, we're not going to just sit down and crisscross our arms and our legs and say, you know what, sure, God is going to do. We got to work. You got to work.
Yes.
Now, what the Bible says, faith without works is death. There you go. So you got to put the work in. So we put the work in and then we leave the rest to Him. I said to my team all the time, whatever we do, if you give your best 100% all the time, then whatever the result is, we'll live with that. Mm-hmm. But if you don't give your best, then we can now have something to say, or we can, we can dispute, or we can talk about this or discuss that. If you give your best, there's nothing to talk about. This, we did the best that we could. That's it. And we just keep it moving.
1 minute to the top of the hour. This segment is brought to you courtesy of JTMC Enterprise. Thank you, Joanna Marie and crew, for sponsoring this segment. Once again, numbers to call 773-789-STEW. Guest 216. Number to call. He just put up in the chat room. I started at 9. I played drums, percussions. Played guitar as well. And I'm related to Ray Williams, who played keyboard for Dale while at NCU.
Ray Williams.
Raymond Williams.
A long time, man. You know what key. I know that name though. Of course, wait, board. All right, yeah, me know that key is there.
Well, guess 216 is related to that Keezy. So.
Oh. All right. So guess 216 really not gonna reveal.
Oh, I don't know what's going on. Boy, and he put up his name in the chat room, I decided I am not going to say I'm going to call in tonight.
No problem.
We're going to take a quick little break and do some housekeeping.
I got it.
Give Dale a minute to catch up on the game. And we come back and talk some more.
Yes, sir. Well, I'm here. I'm not going anywhere,
Yeah, you can unmute the game, get back into it, and then come back with us.
All right, no problem, boss.
All right. Hold on. We'll be right back. Call a friend, tell a friend. It's a night shift. We're on with Dale Brown of Dale Brown and Truth. Yeah, the one and only Dale Brown. All right? We'll be right back.
Yes, sir.
JTMC Music presents the highly anticipated, much talked about, The Juggling Rhythm Volume 1. This classic rhythm takes on a new life with tracks from both established artists and introduces some incredible new voices. Get your dancing shoes ready with The Juggling Rhythm, featuring international reggae dancehall artist Mr. Vegas, alongside Ian Sweetness, Ed Robinson, Jack Radix, Hezron, Dangling, Joanna Marie featuring Galaxy P, Denny Ranks featuring Jawiz, Ambalik, Christine Alicia, Yishka. Also the new sensations on the rhythm: Zeal, Danger Lee, Marquis Skelenar, Zachary. Available on all digital media outlets. The Juggling Rhythm. Get it, get it, get it.
Hey Dad, how do you throw a curveball? How do you build a fort? How do refrigerators run? How do fish learn how to swim?
Kids ask a lot of questions.
How high can you jump?
But you don't have to know every answer.
How many phone numbers are there?
Because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent.
How do cell phones work?
There are thousands of children in foster care who don't need every question answered.
What's electricity?
They just need you.
What's the moon made of?
For more information on how you can adopt, go to adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
It's time to get live, it's time to get lit. Spiritually powered inspirational thoughts. It's time to spit. Join Sharon Corinthian and St. Patrick every Tuesday night from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on 96.3 IMG Radio as they bring you poetry at its finest, featuring some of the hottest spoken word artists from around the world. It will leave you touched, moved, and inspired. Tell a friend to tell a friend and join us for the show.
Matthew 28:19 says, "Go ye therefore and teach all nations." With this in mind and encouragement received during a South Florida media conference, The Church Links was birthed. The Church Links is an interdenominational worship service portal for churches, providing the tools to spread the word through technology in a cost-effective way. the church links. www.dahchurchlinx.com. Your links to worship and praise.
Yes. Akar Mantino, I'm making notes right now. You are locked in to DJ Kevin Stew on the night shift.
Listen up. Watch this. This is the remix to All I Need. Starfade, you're the boss, you know. Sure. You're all I need. Say you're all I need. Q, tell them.
I remember when my days were low.
I remember,
yes,
I remember, yeah.
Nothing much left to do.
Nothing left to do.
When I had no place to go. All I had was you. Those nights I spent alone.
I remember,
yes,
I remember, yeah.
You're all I need. Those times are straight for you. You're all I need.
Yeah, say, I remember when my days were low. I remember,
yes,
I remember, yeah. I couldn't find nobody else but you, Lord. Yeah. Never have nowhere else to go.
I remember, yes, I remember, yeah.
Father God, that you alone could have seen me through. Though sometimes I lose my way.
Lose my way.
You're all I need. Sometimes my friend them, they all go astray.
I remember, yes, I remember, yeah.
You're all I need. Say oh 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 oh. You're all I need. Say oh 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 oh. You're all I need.
6 minutes after the hour.
Don't give up. Don't give it up.
It's on a Dale Brown and True.
Just be a best friend, even though we were born missing. Did it before, say he will do it again.
Those of you just tuning in, this is Community and Finance right here on the night shift to DJ Kevin Stew.
Be a best friend, even though we were born missing.
This segment is brought to you courtesy of GMAC Music Solutions, bringing music to life. You want the right audio equipment and engineer, or just engineering equipment for your production, your live production? You want stage lighting? Give them a call, 754-307-GMAC, and tell them I sent you, Kevin Stew, yeah? Call my name and watch the hookup.
You're all I need. Say oh.
Tonight we're doing what we call the Dale Brown Show. On the phone I have the one and only gospel artist extraordinaire, Dale Brown. Dale.
Yes, brother.
Welcome back. You know, everybody else gets an applause when I introduce them. You never get any. There you go.
Sorry, welcome, and I appreciate the applause on the second half of the segment, but I appreciate it, man.
Hey, listen, better late than never. Take what you get.
Actually, you know what? I was supposed to tell you and I forgot. My first name is actually Sefton.
You're supposed to tell me?
Well, I was supposed to say it. My father always said I must always say my first name in interviews. You know, so people can say, okay, so you are Sefton Brown. So my name is Sefton, last name Brown, middle name Dale. I just figured Dale would have been much easier to remember and easier to repeat.
Yes.
So, you know, when you hear it, you're like, what's his name again?
But I'm sure there are a bunch of people that will now remember that there's another name.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Don't feel bad about it. My name is actually Kevin.
Look at that. Look at that.
All right, so why gospel music? You said yes, you grew up in the church. And
that's a good question. That is such a profound question. Man, I'm gonna tell you why that question is so profound,
Yeah.
right? You remember a group called TOK back in the
Yes.
day?
Yes.
All right. And you remember a group called QT back in the day?
QT.
All right. There was I think they're Quality Touch. You remember what's his name? D Major. Is that his name now?
Yes. Yes.
All right. Is it D Major? Is that his name? Yeah.
Yeah. D
So
major.
D Major used to sing in a group with another friend of mine named Kevin called the group is called QT.
Mm-hmm.
And D Major
That is where
is
I heard QT from. Yes. Quality
yes.
touch. Yeah.
You remember this radio station radio personality called Jerry D?
Yeah, man.
You remember the song Everybody Needs a Little Jerry D? They did that like a remake of that I don't remember what the name of that group was that sang that. On the line,
Yeah.
everything I'm sorry. Like a
Yeah.
whole Jerry D mix. Okay, so those guys, we all were in the same, what's the word? Like the same age bracket growing up. Same
Mm-hmm.
same age bracket, same like lineage, meaning we all were, is that right? We all were exposed to the same type of opportunity then.
Okay.
Now we were the only ones that were like, so I was in a group, we were in a group and we were all like, we were like really church boys. They weren't necessarily church boys. They went to church, but they weren't church boys,
Mhm.
right? And you asked me the question, and it brought back to my memory that we all literally were in the church, and we got asked the same question, and we just decided that, you know what, we're going to stay in the church because the music was, though it was, what's the word? Though it was a part, though we did it and we did it well growing up, it was not something that we were looking on as a lifelong career or journey for us. We just knew we were always going to be in music.
Right.
So it wasn't a hard choice to say, well, do you want to do pop, R&B, or stay in gospel? Because as a gospel musician, you just sing. You sing whenever. You sing if you feel like. You know what I mean? That was where I was until I became an adult. And then I was like, we can really carry this gospel through music outside of just the four walls of our church. And, actually writing our own songs. And then you got into like putting your own music on plastic, and you're like, okay, well, this can actually work. So it wasn't until I got to a later stage in the game where I said, you know what, I'm actually going to really, really push for this gospel music. So it's really because I never really thought of gospel music as being my avenue per se, if that makes sense.
Yes.
It wasn't something I was going to opt to do. Like, hey, let me do gospel music until I got to become adulthood, I want to say, for want of a better term. But yes.
Okay. All right. So you didn't really choose it; it chose you.
Yes, pretty much. Because like I said, it wasn't. And then the funny thing is, it wasn't even about the financial side of it for me. It just kind of became what worked best for my life. Like I spent more time in ministry, and I still had my nights because I still work. I still teach at a school. So while teaching, I just worked it out where I was still able to be on the road on the weekends and still do music on the road. So I work in the week and did music on the weekends.
I didn't know you were a teacher.
Yes.
What do you teach? What age group?
It's a middle school, and I teach music and PE. Actually, it is supposed to be music and performing arts, but more so just music now. And I teach PE. Now, before we start talking about PE, let me just tell you right now. My only my reason for even attempting that path was I noticed a little weight around my belly area. There was a little extra mass, and I said, "No, sir, this have to go push me to lose the little belly." That's all a fable. It's a fib. It's not true. You won't do any more exercise because it is free. Take it from me. Just in case anybody else is thinking on those same lines.
It doesn't work.
Granted, I knew the sports, I knew the exercises, I knew the curriculum for PE, but the push for me was the fact that I was going to be able to do I was going to be able to actually do some exercise while being out, in a regular day. So you go to the gym and you leave the gym and then you kind of go to the gym again. That's amazing. You know what I mean? It never worked like
Cool. All right. Let me grab this call here. Good evening. Welcome to the show.
Yes, I am calling in to speak with Dale.
Dale is on the line.
Thank you. How are you?
I am good. How are you?
I am fine, thank you. My name is Kevin as well, and my brother's name is Dale. So I'm talking to you, Kevin, and I went to school with Dale. So I am guest 216, finally.
Got it.
Welcome,
so
sir.
You are Kevin talking to Kevin, and your brother's name is Dale, and you're talking to Dale. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's only by divine intervention.
I really think so, because I just had to. I went on Instagram and I saw it, and I'm like, hold on, Sefton. Okay, all right. So I know he's Dale, and he quite eloquently corrected the fact that everybody knows him as Sefton, but I know him as both names, so it doesn't matter.
Yes.
But I am the competitive person that he ended up playing that final 6-on-6 football game at one night,
Yes.
Really full, strong, competitive game, 1-all, then 2-all, then 3-all.
Yep.
And
I remember.
And he still doesn't know
I want you to know. We started that at NC. You know that, right? They still do it to this day, We started that 6-on-6 on the court. They still do it to this day. The 6-on-6 turf football game. Yep, to this day.
Boy,
Well,
you're
that's a good thing.
trendsetters. You guys are trendsetters.
I played soccer with Kevin Stew as well down in Florida, and very competitive. So it was good to see everything that I like and desire in two people in one setting, because Kevin Stew with his music and his soccer ability, Dale with his music, his soccer ability, both family guys, both guys who want to make heaven their home for not just themselves, but everybody else, and using their God-given gifts.
Thank you.
I really tip my hat to you as men, because in a place where men seem to be, going to all that there is in life that is unnecessary, this is very strengthening. So as men, as husbands, as fathers, I really like this. So that's what I called it. That's basically it. Not because I know you both, but I like what's happening. That's why I called in. My kids are gone to bed now for school tomorrow morning, but I'm like, hey, I needed to call in and at least express that I've been listening. I said, hey, do I have to call in? No, I don't. But anybody else who might be doing what I am doing, listening and not doing anything, is that, hey, it's important to know that this is reaching so many other people across the spectrum. Because Atlanta, Florida, wherever we are, you know? So I'm reaching out. And I like it.
Much respect, Kev.
That's it.
Much respect, brother.
Appreciate
Much
it,
respect. Much love and honor.
Still not sure if Sefton know who I am, but it's okay. No problem.
No,
he remembers now. He remembers now.
Kevin, me take a picture already, Kevin. Me see it already from you. Can you send me the message? Me go on and say,
yes, because I sent a message on
IG.
Facebook Messenger. Yes. No, well, one of those messages, I'm like, okay.
No, you're right. It was Facebook Messenger. You're right.
Yeah. Because I am cousin of Raymond, who played keyboards for you.
Yes, I remember.
We actually played on the same team against you. Me, him, Toyota, Dean. Yeah. So
Full circle. Because it was Greg that introduced us.
We were in the same class with Dale's wife, so we did the science-based technology, and I just think that as we live in this life,
Mm-hmm.
we will come full circle. Life comes full circle
Yes.
back to the same common capital, I should say, POD. And
Yes.
we just have a will for all of our life, no matter where we go or what we do. So it's music, and it does draw and people to it. So it's a message, and I like the fact that he's doing what he does the
Mm-hmm.
best way he does. Now he has children, he has a family. It is showing people that there is a way,
Mm-hmm.
and this is the way. That's it.
Yes. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you. Where did Dale go? Oh, you're there. Yeah.
I'm right here. I'm right here. Right here. Right here.
You're welcome. It sounds like I've been cut out, but
No.
No. I'm right here. I was just letting you know. I appreciate it, man.
Yes,
I
brethren.
appreciate
Much
it
respect.
because
Much
it has
respect.
been years. This had to be from 19. When was this, Kevin? 90. What? 99,
yeah,
98.
that's it. I think I've said all I need to say, and that's it.
You're not called out the year, you know. No, I'll show you age, you can.
1995, 96.
All right, bro. Thank you. Thank you very much for calling in.
Yes, sir.
All right, I think we'll last him.
Yeah, I think the last time.
You're welcome.
Oh, okay. All right, take care.
All right, boy. Yes.
So you see, I got a question too, coming in on the text line for you, Dale. What goal have you always dreamt about but not yet attained?
Going to the Stella Awards.
Stella Awards.
And hearing my name called. That's one of my goals. Like I've literally felt, and that's going to the Stella Awards. That's something I don't
as a nominee.
I don't think a lot. Well, yes, not yes. Hearing my name called.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the funny part. Hearing the name Dear Brother Truth called.
Yeah.
To me that's a goal that I have. Now to win a Stella Awards, that would be amazing. In fact, we got a taste of something close to that. We were nominated for an Eddie Awards, which is I don't know if you've heard of the Eddie Awards. They're based in Jacksonville, Florida. We were nominated Best Group / Duo of the Year. We're up against a couple of really good other artists, but it's an independent artist award show.
Okay.
So it's not for the people who are signed to like labels and stuff like that. So it's a whole different type of different ball game.
Yeah.
But one of the things I would want to accomplish as a gospel musician is just hearing that name, and the nominees are.
And
you know what I mean?
What does it take for that to happen?
The exposure, staying on the path, exposure, and in this music business, I would literally say it's literally just who hears, who sees, who notices what's going on and what you're doing. So which is why we don't take anything for granted. We don't take any opportunity for granted. We don't take any engagement lightly.
Yeah.
Everything is worth, everything is worth the effort for us. We did a concert, when was it? A couple weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, actually, not this past Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday before that in Brooklyn. And it was at a Haitian church in Brooklyn. Small. If I tell you that there were 10 people in the church when we started singing, I'd be lying. It wasn't 10 people.
Mm.
And I told my guys, I said, listen, guys, we were invited to be here. I don't care if we speak to ourselves. We still need to make sure
that you could do the full 100.
Yeah, 100 all the time. And that is what's important. Doesn't matter what happens, doesn't matter how it comes up, give 100 all the time.
Could be
because
two.
at the end of the day, you have to give 100.
Right.
You have to give. And what's funny is, before the middle of that concert, we were, I think, it ended up being about 100 and something people.
Oh,
before
wow.
the middle, where they came from, only God knows. I don't know if they. I know we knew people that were coming that were late, but when we started, a lot of people, and this is where I use the word perform loosely. A lot of people perform based on what is there, like what they're accessible to,
Right.
what's accessible to them, or who's in the audience. Now we try not to make anything we do a performance. We still do what we can. We still, when I say we do what we can, I mean there's a craft and there's an art form to what we do. You know what I mean? But it's not a performance. It's always ministry for us.
Right.
So, man, I don't know what. Tricks. Hold on. I'm sorry.
See.
I'm not sure what.
See, ladies and gentlemen, this is live. This is what happens when you have family, when you have kids, or your children call on you 24 hours of the day. You could be at work, they could be at school. It doesn't matter. And you know what? I have no problems with it, none whatsoever. It only gives you an opportunity to put the number out there again. 773-789 gets you in touch. 773-789-7839. You can call, you can text if you're shy. Of course, you can visit the chat room at kevinstew.com. Jump on in there and you can post your comments, send your greetings to Dale Brown or Sefton if you so choose. So,
just let's make it official, Kevin. The Golden State Warriors are now gone to the NBA Finals. Golden State, Cleveland Cavaliers. Not that it's relevant at all to what we're talking about. But being the competitor that I am, I just wanted you to know this. Funny enough, I went to dinner today with my wife and son, and we were walking in, and a lady saw me in my Golden State shirt, and she said, only one game left. You're going home today. I said, lady, please, you're not ready for this. And listen, let me show you how competitive I am. I was sitting in a booth.
Yeah.
She was sitting on one of the high chairs in Applebee's. And I asked to be moved to go beside the lady. Just so I can engage in a conversation.
No, you didn't.
I did. It was a healthy conversation. Very healthy. But needless to say, I am a happy camper now.
So, does it matter if they win or lose the finals?
Our chances doesn't matter. At this point, I'm not sure if it matters to me if they win or lose, because this now is history. This is a historic moment. No two teams have gone to the finals 4 times in a row in the history of the NBA. Right. Cleveland did it last night, and today Golden State will be doing it. Now, our chances are greater because we have more firepower. And I was saying it to somebody, and I don't mean to shift the focus of this conversation.
It's okay.
But I was saying it to somebody yesterday in a conversation. I was like, LeBron James is probably the best or one of the greatest basketballers ever. You can't take that from me.
Right.
But if LeBron James scores 60 points, we just need 3 or 4 of our star players to score 20, and we still beat him. If he scores 69 steps,
right.
Score 52, we still win. Like, I'm not worried about LeBron. He can score a 40 each game, but he doesn't have Kyrie Irving like he did last season. J.R. Smith is a hit or miss.
Yes.
Tristan Thompson can't work. And Kevin Love, if you blow breeze on Kevin Love, him go drop. Him go say, whoo. Then he gone to the locker room and I'm injured. So we're not worried. I'm a happy camper. I'm excited. God is good all the time. Push for the prayer, I said, Jesus, please can you just let my boys make it to the finals again? And that's why my phone was beeping a while ago, because my people who know me, they were all like, yo, 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 yo.
Yeah.
But, you know, I just send them to the voicemail because,
Right. So,
yes, sir.
Let me ask you this. As it relates to your crew, your team.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Singers.
Yeah. The same way that you recognize the strengths and weaknesses of these NBA players that you really like watching. And so this is entertainment. This is, and it plays into your competitive nature because it's sports. Now here you have a group of individuals that rally around you and you go various places together to minister. Is it the same way that you recognize their strengths and weaknesses?
Well, you don't even know how much of a deep subject you just touched on a while ago. Let me give you some insight. So the team is actually 30 or 35 strong, right?
That's quite a team.
We have no, I'm lying, probably 25, between 25 and 30.
Okay.
And we have 2 chapters. So we have a chapter up north and a chapter in the south. We do no rehearsals at all. Have not, unless we're doing like an album release, we probably have like 1 or 2 rehearsals prior to. But when we do like concerts, like the concert you saw me at, no rehearsals at all, none whatsoever.
You
what
sure
happens
you want to say
is,
that on public? you want to put that out there like that?
Because I'm just showing you how God works.
Yeah.
Now we have a chat room, and in that chat room, it's a WhatsApp chat group, and we post songs, and each individual is responsible for learning their part in the song. Now, when we all come together, they know me and they know what I look for and what I listen for. I am very big on a certain synergy, like a certain blend. There's something about a good blend that gets me all the time. I don't need the best soloists. I don't need the top singers in the world. I just need vocalists that can blend. And when we find a team that blends, something that works, we work with it. Luckily, God has blessed this entire squad where we can change the pieces so many different times and still maintain probably not the identical blend, but a very similar comparative blend to what we are used to or what we desire.
Nice.
Getting even deeper, we have within the chapters we have like sections. So we have the altos and the tenors and the sopranos, and sometimes, depending on what area of the world you live in, you might not know this other person until the day before the engagement. And then it's your job now to commune, to get to know the person, because when we get on stage, nobody should look on us and not know that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but that's
let me
a
make
very
it even
unique thing.
Yeah, and that was one of the things that we do that I don't think anybody else does. If I don't say it to most people, they would not know unless you really, really look at the faces. We have 2 teams, and the 2 teams are just the people up north and the people down south. So the people down south consist of people from Florida, Birmingham, Georgia, Tennessee, the Carolinas, Alabama. The people up north is Boston, New York. We have a lot of New Yorkers. Pennsylvania, Maryland, Delaware, D.C., Philadelphia, all coming together, and they sing together up north, and we do the same thing down south. And every time we connect, when we do like when we did the West Coast, we did California in March, I want to say. It was a youth convention we did in California. And we kind of had people from up north and people from down south, and some of them, not the first time they saw each other, but the first time they sang together was that time. But you wouldn't look on and know that. If that makes sense. So you wouldn't look on and say, okay, well, I know that. Yes. So when we go to Florida, though the team may not all be coming in from Atlanta, they are all coming in to Fort Lauderdale. So we had In fact, when you saw me, we had 2 people that came down from Orlando. One that came from, is he coming from Tampa? Another place. It's not Fort Lauderdale, but he had to drive there as well. Then we had 1 or 2 that lives in Fort Lauderdale, and the rest of us came from Atlanta.
Wow.
So watch it. So when I go to New York, I just go by myself.
Right.
So I have an MD in New York, I have an MD in the South.
What about your musicians?
Well, I have a music director up north and I have a music director in the South, and we all communicate all the time. So
your musicians you have your North musicians.
Yes. Well, no, my bass player. Okay, so God really. Okay, so let me show you how God good. My drummer is also my bass player down south. He plays both just as good. So you'll hear him playing drums and you hear him playing the bass, and he's impeccable on both instruments. My keyboard player in the south, he just plays keys or organ.
Right.
So depending on what we have here, if we have if we travel to a city and they don't have a bass player, we can just use a board player and a drummer and run tracks with the keyboard down up here. Now, up north, my bass player and keyboard player, they're constant, and I have a drummer up north as well. The good thing, though, sometimes my bass player up north, he likes to travel with us, so he will come down south just because. He will come for like 2 days, and we'll kind of calculate that in whatever our overhead is. So if he's available, we'll have him here, and then the drummer now, who is also the bass player down here, he would now just play drums, if that makes sense.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the dynamics of what we do.
That is phenomenal. That is phenomenal.
It's not the easiest thing, and it's not something you can. We had to do a lot of, what's the word? Test. I'm gonna use the phrase test run loosely. We had to do quite a few test runs to kind of get the synergy, to get the whole show, because if you're not careful, you'll get what's called a kind of competition in the mix of the squad, and that was always a struggle, because the up north, there was one, because I started in the south. So when we started, the people in the south were like, oh, so you don't want us to sing with you no more? No, you have new people up north. And then when I think one whole summer I was singing up north, and then when I came back to the south, they're like, oh, so you don't want us. So we had to actually make a conscious effort to have as many as possible northerners coming down to sing with the southerners and kind of mixing it. So you would just kind of, people get to know each other. They're like, okay, everybody's cool. We're just here to give God praise. We're just here to, worship. I'm going to tell you something else that very few people know. We don't have a song list.
Oh.
If we do 10 concerts, we probably have one song list that we use. Never have a song list.
So,
never.
As the vibe in the room, as it shifts,
that is exactly
you work with it.
Exactly. And that's why everything that we do is attributed to God and just how He guides every single step that we make. And don't get me wrong, here's the other part of this, Kevin, that I am so proud of. My people aren't the overly churchy, overly, I know my Bible. I mean, not saying it in a good way, but they're the people that this ministers to them as much as it ministers to everybody else.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yes. They need it as much as they present it to those who need it.
Exactly. So sometimes, I guess that's the positive in it. This is a lot of their church. You know what I mean? This is their not just giving back, but their ministry. So you'll see them very much engaged. And the engagement is not just because, we're on stage. Yeah, it's never a show, because they genuinely feel it, because this is probably one of the few times they're in church.
Wow.
But yeah, we don't have a song list, my brother.
We don't have a song list at all. I have an idea. My MD he normally kind of plays, kind of knows what's in my head, but we don't have like what comes after, what comes after, what comes after. But the plus is, and it sounds kind of crazy, but the plus is and I'm going to use the word gig loosely. My wife hates when I use that word, but let me use the word engagement. We have an engagement every weekend. Every weekend.
Oh,
probably,
nice.
Yeah, every weekend.
You're kept busy.
Every weekend. Like, we sing, let me date back because I can only go back the last 2 weeks. That's the only last two I remember.
Don't hurt
or
yourself.
3 weeks.
Hashtag Happy says you're led by the
We were
Spirit.
there you go. We were in New York 2 weeks ago.
Mhm.
Then we were in New York again this past week. We did a concert. Well, not Dave and Shoes. I was in a concert. I was one of the soloists for this concert. You ever heard of Miranda Curtis? Minister of Music for Potter's House, Todd Dalbert. Miranda Curtis sings Waymaker, Miracle Worker.
Yes.
Yeah, she's an awesome worship leader. So she had a big concert in Mount Vernon. We did that last weekend. This coming Saturday, we're in Georgia in concert at a church called Mountainside. Next week, we're back in Queens again, and we have 3 concerts back to back. One at 4, one at 7, one at 9.
Wow.
And then what do we do June 16th? I don't remember what happens June 16th. I don't remember the dates after that. Oh, June 30th. Oh, this is still kind of in the works. We're coming to Florida June 30th. I got to get you onto that too. I don't know exactly what it's going to be exactly, but the group is
South Florida?
June 30th. South Florida.
Okay, cool. I'll make sure to
I don't have a flyer. I don't know what the show is going to be. I don't know what it is yet, but we're doing something in Florida June 30th. We have this time when we pick a 5th weekend, like a 5th Saturday, and we go. So we just need a platform. We just need a place to host, and we go and do something.
Oh, nice.
We do a lot of things for our community as much. Well, not as much now as we should or we used to, but we have this homeless drive that we do where we carry clothes and toiletries. And last Thanksgiving we were out in the community, in the convention centers, giving out CDs and giving out food and blankets and just being that person. So this is our group effort where we finance ourselves going. And it's going to be in South Florida. So this is the most public it's going to be because there's actually no plan yet. We just know we're all going to South Florida June 30th.
Nice. And that's what you do every 5th Saturday, every 5th Sabbath.
Well, not every 5th Sabbath. We pick one. This is the one that we pick. We'll probably pick another one in the next 3 or 4 months, but this one was picked. So we will rock with it, and we kind of go by the Spirit.
Yeah.
So you
can't be
just
that.
have a flow with the Spirit.
That at all. Let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
Now,
Yes, sir.
We're both Jamaicans, and we love our little island in the sun. Yesterday, something interesting happened in Jamaica. Being Jamaican, we have a thing for reggae music. So even if we don't listen to reggae music, we know who our artists are. Mr. Vegas, who does gospel and he does reggae dancehall. But he is also very much into Christianity. And he talks about it openly. And he was invited to debate with a minister recently, by the name of Gino Jennings. Now, Gino Jennings did this is being blasted all over social media for saying that women who wear false hair and makeup and paint their nails are Jezebels. They are whores. And Mr. Vega saw that, and he spoke about it, and he was invited to debate with this man. And in the debate, in Jamaica, he was physically dragged out of this meeting at the YMCA in Kingston. Literally, physically removed at the request of Gina Jennings. Now,
Wow.
as a minister yourself, because that is what you do, if you're presenting and you are opposed by someone, being able to command that type of authority, is that something that you would do? How do you feel? And I know I sent you the clip with him being removed from, and you saw that.
Yeah.
But
when you sent it to me, I actually, I read up a little bit on it, and I do remember the article. I do remember hearing about the whole viewpoint of that. No, I have about 3 or 4, probably 3 different responses. First of all, there's a way to handle every situation in a professional, intellectual, tactful manner. That's always my first option. I don't necessarily think I would have gotten to the point where I would have had to be removed physically, because prior to what I saw on the clip, I don't know if there was any level of disrespect thrown, and even if it was thrown towards me, my brain is going to tell me that this is not the platform to go disrespect for disrespect if we're having a debate as intellects. That's just what my brain says. My brain says, hit you back with another intellect to a line or something else that's factual, and then let's talk as grown, because that's what I was called to do. That's one. Secondly, the platform.
Wait, did I lose Dale? Hello? You still with me? Did you go mute? Hello? 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 I lost Dale. My goodness. How could that happen? Alright. I know what I'm going to do. We're going to get him back.
Yo, turn my mic up real quick. Turn it up.
I wonder if his phone went dead.
Everybody wants to be delivered, be forgiven. It's
14 minutes to the top of the hour. 14 minutes before we get out of here.
All you gotta do is trust in Jesus and be a believer.
Let's see if we can finish up with Dale here.
And know that he sees and he's pleased when you're falling to your knees. Know your life will be a breeze. Just let go, never fear. God is here, no more pain you'll have to bear, and he'll wipe away your tears. So you know. They say under the blood, say you're covered. Hope you know everywhere you go, say you're covered by the blood. And when you're walking, you have to let the world know. Day or night, say you're covered by the blood. Say under the blood, say you're covered. Hope you know everywhere you go, say you're covered by the blood. And when you're walking, you have to let the world know. Day or night, say you're covered by the blood.
This is the Wake Up and Live segment.
God, you can't walk over. And even though me no deserve no redeemer, him still a cover me with peace and favor.
That's why Rockwell comes back live and in living color come Wednesday.
And even though me no deserve no redeemer, him still a cover me with peace and favor. Papa Jesus say under the blood, say you're covered. Hope you know everywhere you go, say you're covered by the blood. And when you're walking, you have to let the world know. Day or night, say you're covered by the blood. Under the blood, say you're covered.
Dale Brown and Truth.
Where you go, say you're covered by the blood. And when you're walking, you have to let the world.
From the album Be Bold.
Coming out the blood, can't save ya. See me God, you can't walk over. And even though me no deserve no redeemer, him still a cover me with peace and favor.
Yeah, we got him back.
The blood say you covered.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got you covered, bro.
I think I was talking about us as a people
Mm-hmm.
and how we are so emotionally driven with our responses and our reaction. Even when you think about our political stance as people in terms of the VLP and PNP, why are
Yes.
you a PNP? Because I just saw me grow up. Everybody wrote me a PNP, saw me a PNP. You know what I mean?
Right, right, right.
They don't even know what PNP means. What does PNP mean? Party never P. I don't know. They just illiteracy at its highest. However, most of that, there's a lack of knowledge and also just a mindset that says, let me act on my emotional state and not any type of logic. Now, I know you were telling me about the entire interview, and what was sad to me was that the people in the audience were, and I said all of that to say, the people in the congregation, because this was a church setting, correct? It was
Yes,
church, right?
yes.
The people in the congregation were supporting the removal of Mr. Vegas. Now, I don't know if Mr. Vegas was being disrespectful to the bishop, the pastor. Granted, if he was, then I don't agree with that. However, if it's the same bishop that classed all women as whores, for want of a better term, that's the only politically correct way to say it, because that's what it said. If a woman paints her nail or perms her hair or anything of that sort, if he refers to that woman as a whore, then his mindset is on a whole different level. Because to me, if I was to really get technical with that, I hope he never drove in a car to wherever he was going. And I hope he didn't fly. He must have swam.
Wow.
From 1971. Because I think as Christians, we spend and this was my third point. As Christians, and this is where it's such a bigger thing, we spend so much time on the fact what pastor takes it upon themselves to make it your point of duty to have that conversation while people are outside on the street begging for food and families are dying. Females in Florida is number 3 in the United States right now for human sex trafficking. Like people are being raped and killed daily. Black people are being killed. Like, you can find anything else to do. You have armor bearers, which means you have bodyguards, which have to be paid. Come on, like at the end of the day, I'm not saying because I try not to come for bishops. You know what I mean? I do believe that, I'm in no position to judge the anointing of another.
Yes.
However, you can always tell somebody's character by what comes out of their mouth repeatedly. If the logic behind what he was saying didn't make sense, like I said, I never heard all of it, Kevin. I just heard what he told me. But if the logic behind it did not make sense, which I don't see where it could, if I was to guess, I don't think it could or would make sense. But if it really did not make sense, then he shouldn't even be having a conversation. I was Mr. Vegas. I wouldn't even have that argument at all.
Well, he was painted into a corner, so.
I would have gone to the debate and I would have said point blank without anything else. And I said, first of all, you made reference to me being here to discuss my comments on a live chat, which I spoke freely. I have that right as a human being. And you brought me here to validate yourself. I'm not going to do that. What you can do is replay the tape that even made me go on my live. That's all. Like, what are we talking about? I never made it up. This is not something that I created. This is something that was there. Yes. And it was not personal message sent to me. It's public. So you want me to play it? I can play it from my phone. If you want to play it, let's play and let's talk about it, since that's what we're talking about. Because I don't know, you are so upset that I spoke about something on my life. You don't have any souls to try to pray for? Like, those are the shots I would have taken.
Yeah.
Not to try to force the knowledge down. I'll just state some facts.
Yeah.
I'm not going to argue with you about whether you were right or wrong. I'm going to play it, and I'm going to let you hear it for yourself. Because sometimes, Probably he spent. We don't even know. He probably spent because he said he was doing a workshop, right?
Whatever it was, convention, workshop, whatever it was.
And if that's his denomination, that's his people. I promise you. I promise you, Kevin. I promise you. He spent hours and many other sermons validating his points or justifying his reasoning behind what he said. Because look, I can tell you today, I can tell you, so look here now, all Hispanics must be shot.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't hear me say nothing else after that, okay, fine. But if you and I have an extensive conversation, I give you my viewpoint, and I can probably say further on in the conversation, not that they must be shot, but they should be that. Or not that all Hispanics should, but some Hispanics should. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, we don't know what he said to the congregation after that point, which is probably why they weren't saying nothing about it, which is why my point, if I was Mr. Vegas, that would have been my first step. Let's replay the chat.
Mm.
Let's replay the video.
Yeah.
Because that's why I'm here.
Right.
That's the only thing I'm here.
Right.
So let's replay that. We replay that, then we can talk. Because don't talk to me now based on how much cleanup you do already and how much wipe down you wipe down off the top.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You already put band-aid upon band-aid with bandage and Bengay and mercurochroma, all types of things on it, right? Come on, man. I'm not stupid. You call me, if you have so much balls to call me into a debate after making a bold statement like that, you must
have done some cleanup, yeah.
You understand? I mean, that's just my like I said, those are my three viewpoints on the entire topic. I do believe, like I said, I'm a West Indian. I'm from the same third world country that you are, and then most of us are from. I'm not knocking our culture. I'm not knocking the nature of how we are cultured. But let's not be blinded by the fact that we have a lot of people in our country, on our island, that don't really think. They don't think for themselves.
I told someone today, the kind of people that were in that church service are the kind of people that will drink the Kool-Aid.
Yeah. Just promise them you're going to buy them 2 phone cards.
Yeah.
Two $300 phone card and pay them rent for 1 month.
Yep.
Okay. Whatever you say, we got you.
We got you. Yep.
I mean, and it's so sad because you can tell. And before you even get to that, I remember growing up in Jamaica when fur coats and leather jackets and I'm like, what? Why are we wearing this? Why do we have sweater vests on in the summertime? Why?
Because mandeville cold.
Mandeville cold, right? But you get what I'm saying? Like, we see it. It looks nice.
Yes.
It makes no sense, but we do it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my viewpoint on the issue. I mean, like I said, I don't know Mr. Vegas personally. He's a musician. I respect his ability to maintain relevance over the years, because as a musician, that's never easy. And not that he's super relevant now, but people still know who Mr. Vegas is. From back, and if you remember, Vegas, I sing from long time.
Oh yeah.
Long time.
Oh yes.
And it takes a certain skill set, a certain level of tenacity and drive to maintain relevance in this industry, whether gospel or non-gospel.
And he has quite a bit of gospel tracks out right now.
Exactly. When he came out with "I Am Blessed," I am blessed, like he wasn't a gospel artist per se. He came out with that, and he was competing with. Because he remember, he was never proclaimed to be gospel. So he was still a reggae artist singing a gospel song. So he just came out with it, and it was running in churches, running in the same parties, like running all
everywhere.
over.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So I don't know him personally. I don't know. I would have probably approached it different, but to each his own.
Okay. But you see, the purpose of this little chat was to get people to have an insight on who Dale Brown is, and I'm sure they got a broad view. Dale, real quick before we bounce out of here, how can people get your music? How can people reach out to you to say, Dale, God bless you. Keep doing what you're doing. You've inspired me today. Oh,
Great things. All right, so we're on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, Spotify, Reverb Nation, pretty much all of the music platforms that are open to the public. We're on all social media sites excepting Snapchat. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. Reach out to us on any of those platforms. Dale Brown and Truth. Our email address is dalebrownandtruth@gmail.com. We're on Twitter @_Dale Brown and Truth. We're on Facebook as Dale Brown and Truth. Instagram as Dale Brown and Truth. We have 3 albums that are out now. One is called True Celebration. The second one is called Under Construction. And this last one is called I'm a Bold Believer. And I always remember this to anybody that's listening, whether you're listening live or you're going to listen in the future. It's never about a dollar figure, folks. Like, if you have a passionate ministry going on and you want us to be there, we'll make it work. As long as we can make it work and cover our expenses, we'll make it work. Hands down, no questions asked. If it's just me and 2 or 3 people, I will make it work. Hands down, no questions asked.
There you go.
But, I appreciate you, Kevin. This has been an awesome experience. It's pretty cool. Many good things happened. We had a good conversation. The Golden State Warriors won the finals. We're going on to the NBA finals.
Yes.
June 2nd, for those who don't know. But anyway, it was good, my brother. It was good to connect.
Definitely.
Black men, not African American men. We are black men from the Caribbean.
Yes.
Born and bred Jamaican from primary schooling.
Boy.
People look down on, but we come from a primary school, one of the best primary schools in Jamaica.
That's right.
Do not be mistaken, people. St. Richard's Primary School.
St. Richard's. Yes.
Yes, do not wonder. It's just good to have conversation and it's healthy conversation.
Yeah.
Black men are either incarcerated or dead or being beaten up. So, either in drugs, incarcerated or dead.
Yeah.
So, if we're not doing any of the above, we're above water. So we just have to do that.
And so far, so good. We pretty much above water.
That's right.
Thank you again, Dale. Thank you for taking time out. Thank you for sparing some of the finals. For leaving some of the finals and giving the time with us.
No problem, brother.
Bounce out of here with this track from the Be Bold album that I just absolutely love ever since you shared it with me. He knows.
Bob, that's my track. The video is out now too, by the way.
Yes, I have seen it and I have shared it.
Blessings, my brother.
All right, we'll talk.
Yeah, man. Peace and love.
Remember, the night shift. Your spot. If you, hey, just let me know. Just say when.
Yes, sir.
All right. Take care, bro. Until next time.
Take it easy. You do the same. Be blessed, brother.
All right. Take care. One love.
One love.
Yeah, we kind of went over a little bit, but it was well worth it. Catch y'all tomorrow. Healthy Love with Sean Garrity.
I thought I could hide from you.
I'm out.
But you see my scars and you see my flaws. You see everything I tried to do, Lord. I thought I could cover up my face, but behind the smile I'm a broken child. You see, I've done some things I can't deny. Even though they say I'm a lost cause and there's no hope for me, He knows my heart. He knows my mind. May have done some wrong, but just trust my heart when I sing this song. He knows my heart. He knows me. I used to watch all my siblings cry, but I had to stay strong while they carry on and speak with confidence and make sure my feelings high. Walk around with my chest all high. Hey, see, I even go to church and I get involved. I try to be that child that my mama them won't deny. Even though they say I'm a lost cause and there's no hope for me, he knows my heart. He knows my mind. May have done some wrong, but just trust my heart when I sing this song. He knows my heart. He knows my mind. Been misunderstood.
When being in the moment is priceless, consider the ability to share that moment. If you can video it, you can broadcast it. And Pulse E-Media Group has the tools you need. Weddings, birthdays, funerals, graduations, church services, parties, seminars, you name it. Pulse E-Media Group can provide you with a secure medium controlled by you to broadcast your event. Contact us at www.pulsemediagroup.com for more information. Pulse E-Media Group, when being in the moment is priceless.